Hello everyone, welcome back to another Procreate Dreams tutorial where today we're going to be using Procreate Dreams to bring our 2D art to life. So I want to start off the video with a time lapse of the art and the assets being created in Procreate. All of the assets that you will need to do this animation for yourself will be on a free download over on Gumroad. It will be a Procreate file, so you will have all of the layers intact. Go get this for free right now while it lasts, because soon in the future it will not be free anymore. So just to give you guys some warning, if you want to get all this stuff for free, go get it while you can. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started on the time lapse. Okay, we are back, and let's go ahead and start a new Procreate Dreams file. And I'm going to click the little plus up here, and I think I'm just going to start off with something square maybe. And then I'm going to fix these dimensions the way I want them. So if you click on the Dreams title right there and go to Properties, which were already there, this file is going to be a width of 1620, and the height is going to be 2160. Alright, so we've got those set. The frames per second, I'm probably going to do a frame by frame, 12 frames per second, and the duration, it's probably going to be about 5 seconds, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on 10 just to be safe. We can adjust that in the end. So for the 1 minute there, we're going to hit backspace and get rid of that. Hit done. So we have 12 frames per second, 10-second duration, 1620 by 2160 done. So let's get that started. Alright, and now what I'm going to do is click on these little 3 dots at the top, do a split view. We're going to open up Procreate, click on that file and drag it over to Procreate Dreams and drop it in. Alright, there we go, and let me go back to full screen now. Okay, here is our file, and now we need to resize this guy to fit our frame here. So I just want the guy in there perfectly. That's good. If we're overlapped a little bit, it's just taking out the black portion, so it's nothing that we really need. Alright, and the next thing you want to do is we want to hold down on the track itself. We want to convert the layers to tracks. What that will do is it'll make it a group. Then you can open the group by pressing on that little right arrow, and there is all of our layers. Alright, so by looking at this picture here, I'm trying to distinguish what parts of it I want to move. Okay, so for the first thing, I'm thinking of his eyes. I would like the eyes maybe to look left and right, so that gives it a little creepy vibe. Okay, and the second thing that's kind of standing out to me is probably the smoke coming off of the coffee cup, or the steam. So we probably want to move that too. Other than that, I don't really see anything in the picture that I would like to move. Maybe we'll get it to fade in the beginning. That might be something we want to do. So let's see, what can we do first. Let's go ahead and do the fade in first. And what I'm going to do is, I think I want the black background for sure to stay where it is. And we're just going to fade in the character itself. So what we need to do is, let's group the eyes and the smoke and the character itself. So those three right there. So how I do that is I'm going to click on the little layers here and then draw a line through those 3 layers like that. So you can see they're all 3 highlighted. And then I'm going to group those together. So there I have my group. And now what I want to do is I want to put a fade in on this. So I'm going to click on that. We're going to do it a filter. And we're going to do the opacity. And we're going to set the opacity to 0. We're going to fade it in maybe for 1 second. We'll see how that looks. Click on it again, hit filter again, and then opacity, and then bring it up to 100. All right, and now we can kind of check that out and see if that's too fast or... Okay, something didn't work right on there. There we go. All right, so it'll play. Yeah, I like it. That's fast enough. Because we're only working with about 10 seconds, and we're probably going to make that even smaller. So there's our first animation, is we got the face. So I kind of wanted the appearance of it coming in from the dark and coming out. And bonus question for you guys. Do you recognize this picture? So the original picture didn't have the hands and the coffee cup, of course. That was added in. But do you recognize this face? Bonus points if you can tell where that comes from. Okay, so now that we got the part with the fade in going on, we're going to leave that like it is. That's done. We're going to open our group back up again, and now we want to go for the eyes here. Okay, so after the eyes, or after the fade in happens, which is right there, so that will be after the 1 second mark, we want these eyeballs to start moving. Okay, so what I'm going to do is click on it. We're going to hit move. We're going to hit move and scale. All right. And let me see. I'm going to test something real quick. Okay. I was thinking whether I needed to set the anchor point, but it doesn't look like I need to. This looks perfectly fine the way it's working right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that keyframe. So our first keyframe, I'm going to slide it over here to after the 1 second mark. So that's actually right there. So maybe we'll put it back some. So about right here maybe. Okay, that sets the original position. And then we're going to move it over maybe here. We'll hit the move and scale again. And then let's move that over to the right. All right. And then we're going to come over a little bit more. And we're going to hit it again. And then let's move it back to the left. And then move it over a little bit more. And maybe move it back to the right. And then move it over a little bit more. And we'll move it back over again. And maybe we'll just leave it like that. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. Fade in. Eyes are moving. Yeah, I like it. Okay, that looks good. I like it. Okay, next thing we want to do is let's move this smoke from the coffee, and I think that's this layer right there. Yeah, I turned it off and on just to make sure I'm on the right layer, and I want to start this smoke animation after the 1 second fade in, so we'll start it about right there. Now there's several ways we can do this. You could do it frame by frame if you wanted to, and I think, let me go into drawing here. I want to make sure, does elements maybe? Yeah, there it is, smoke. So you could do it with this one, and this brush is actually pretty cool. So look at that. It looks really like smoke. So if I made the brush a little bit smaller, we could have this starting down here, and then we could go into a frame by frame and then have it come up like that. I'm going to do something a little bit easier. Since we already have this smoke drawn, I'm going to keyframe it. So I'm going to put this right after the 1 second. Actually, I could probably put it on the 1 second. All right, and let's do move, and let's do distort this time and see if that makes it look better. Okay, so we're gonna leave it like that, and then we're gonna come over a little bit, and yeah, I think this might be better to do it this way. I think this is going to work out much better. Already, that's the way the movements of it looks, I think, better. All right, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's much better. All right, I think we're going to keep that. And now what I want to do is, I don't want it to be 10 seconds. That's way too long. So I'm going to go into my settings again. We're going to go into duration. And we're going to set this duration to be maybe 5 seconds. All right, done. Okay, so you can see how it's grayed out all that area there in the back. And then now let's look at it. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right, and what we can do is, I think I want to move these keyframes over a little bit to have them start happening sooner. So it looked like it paused a little bit after the fade in before the coffee started moving, or the steam from the coffee. So I'm just going to drag some of these over. Now let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's better. Okay guys, and then let's look at the final. So 4-finger tap will give you a full screen, and let's push, make our animation go off. Okay, there we go. And I think it turned out really good. And then what we can do is we can turn this into a animated GIF. All we have to do is hit the title again. We're going to share it. We're going to share it as a video. All right. And then I'm going to airdrop it to my PC. All right. And then from my PC, I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the last video. So if you have not watched the last video, go watch that. And it will show you where to go to turn this into a animated GIF. And then you're able to post it anywhere you like on social media. So I hope this tutorial has helped you guys out and better to understand Procreate Dreams. I'm really having a great time with it, making these animated GIFs, and I'm finding artwork that I've done in the past and adding motion to it. It makes it really cool. So with that, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all the support on the channel. If you have not subscribed, please do so. It helps the channel out so much. Give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time for another Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Take care and have a great day.